Welcome to your practice. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ben. This is going to be a gentle class that focuses on opening up the side body. So when I say side body, what I mean we're going to work into is the intercostal muscles, the muscles in between the ribs and the lats, the obliques a little bit. Oftentimes, if you have low back discomfort or low back pain, it can come from sitting a lot, rounding. When we're sitting and rounding, we don't get that space of the muscles in between the ribs. So when we open up that area of the body, again, it can create some release in the low back, and it can also create deeper breaths and more effective respiration. So side body is really important, but kind of often overlooked in a yoga practice. So we're going to focus on that today. Go ahead and start in a child's pose. Come to all fours, widen your knees, and drop your hips back in between your heels. And rest your head down. If your hips don't drop back all the way to your heels, it's fine. If you want to use a little support, you could place a bolster underneath your glutes, back of your thighs. You might walk your hands forward a little further than you're used to, so you can start to breathe into that space in between each of the ribs. So taking a minute or so in this child's pose, notice your breath. Feel the expansion of the low abdomen as you inhale. Feel the softening of the rib cage as you exhale. Relax the jaw, relax the muscles around the eyelids. Just soften anywhere besides where you're feeling sensation. Take a few more breaths. And then after your next full breath, you'll press yourself up and sit back. Sit on your heels in hero's pose or cross-legged. Either one works. You're going to place your left hand off to your side, sweep your right arm up. So before you take your side bend, reach through your right fingertips so you can feel that space in between each of the ribs. Take an inhale here. And on your exhale, then start to take your side bend. Bicep comes over your ear roughly, doesn't have to be exact. As you reach through the fingertips, just a little spiral the rib cage open. Rooting down through your left knee or your left hip, depending on what seated pose you're in. Let the next exhale complete. And make your way up through center. Bring your left hand to your right knee, so I'm mirroring you, so we'll be lined up. Bring your right fingertips behind. Take an inhale, press the mat away, find length in your spine. On your exhale, deepen your twist. Might just be a little bit, just whatever works for your low back. Feeling that the twist is coming from the low belly, the abdomen, as opposed to the shoulders and chest. Take a couple more breaths, maybe deepen the twist on your exhale. Okay, then go ahead and face forward. Same thing on the other side. Right hand down, left arm up. Again, before you side bend, inhale, reach your fingertips up. Find that space in between the ribs. And then exhale, side bend. You might put a soft bend in your right elbow. If you do that and you notice your hip comes up, better to have the arm straight. So wherever you can feel that left hip down or left knee if you're in hero's pose. As you reach through your fingertips, little spiral the rib cage open, just a subtle adjustment. Take a few more breaths. And after your next breath, come up through center. Right hand, left knee this time, left fingertips back. Use your inhale to lengthen your spine, press the floor away. And on your exhale, deepen your twist. It might just be a little bit. You might gaze past your left shoulder. Try to relax your left shoulder away from your ear as you take the twist. Soften the gaze, the jaw, a couple more breaths. Good. And after your next breath, come forward. And however you need to get there, make your way to a tabletop position, all fours. And once you get to all fours, you'll start to take some hip circles. And moving slowly enough in these hip circles to where you can maybe feel that there's a sticky spot in one of the outer hips. You might pause there and breathe into it. And a handful of circles in the opposite direction if you haven't switched. And then finding a neutral tabletop. Set your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Just a few rounds of cat-cow. Take a full inhale, neutral spine. Let the exhale complete. And then as you inhale, dip your low belly, arch your back, look up at the end of your breath. Exhale, round the back, press the floor away, let your head drop at the end of the breath. Inhale, shoulder blades pull together as you arch and look up. Exhale, shoulder blades pull apart as you round. One more. Top of your inhales as you look up. And bottom of your exhales as you let your head drop. Then walk your hands to the top of your mat. Spread your fingers out wide. Curl your toes under. Lift into a downward facing dog. Take a little pedal of the feet. Maybe this is your first down dog of the day or in a while. So just breathing into the back of the legs. Taking a slow pedal. Not worrying about how far the heels go. Just instead breathing into any sensation that you find. Good. Then from here, step your right foot forward outside of your right hand. Drop your back knee. And then take a lizard lunge. So you could be on the palms. If the wrists want to break, you come to the fists. If it's in your practice to come down to the forearms, you can do that. But we'll only be here for a few more breaths. Whatever variation you're in, track your chest slightly forward. Maybe let your head drop. Take a few more. And if you're on their forearms, press up to your hands and then press all the way up. So you're in a low lunge. Bring your right hand to your right outer hip, or you can bring the right hand down to the floor or block. Sweep your left arm up. Same as before, as you inhale, reach your left fingertips up. Feel that space in the side body. And then as you exhale, take your side bend. Ooh, feel that whole opening throughout the outer hip, the side body. You might feel it a little bit in the front of the thigh as well. One more full breath. And then go ahead and come up. Frame your foot, heel toe your right foot in. Curl your left toes under. And step back to down dog just as a transition. Same thing on the other side. Left foot forward, drop your back knee. Set up for lizard. Again, you can be palms, you can be fists, you can come down to the forearms, whatever works for you. Relax your jaw, let your head drop if it works for your neck. Take 3 or 4 more breaths here. Trying to let the exhales complete on their own. If you're on the forearm, slowly press yourself up. Coming into a low lunge, so you can heel toe your foot in a little bit if you'd like. Maybe it feels better to have it out wide, up to you. Left hand, either left outer hip or fingertips or palm to the earth. Inhale, right arm high. And exhale, side bend, bicep roughly over your ear. Doesn't have to be exact. Just feel that you're reaching through the fingertips. Root down through your right knee. Right hip gets heavy. You're like using it as you're letting it drop as you reach the fingertips. Finding those opposing actions. And take a couple more breaths. And then go ahead and come up. Frame your foot. Heel toe the left foot in a little bit. Curl your right toes under. And step it back to dog pose. A few full exhales here. Press your mat forward so you feel that length in the side body. And then slowly dropping down to your shins. Roll off to either hip. And come down to your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a little rock side to side. And then next time your knees sway over to the right, keep them there. Find your way into a spinal twist. Right hand on left knee. That feels good. Left arm out into a T. You can look up, leaving the head neutral. If you want to add a little neck stretch, you can gaze past your fingertips. And just letting the breath do the work here. Feel the ribcage rise as you inhale. Feel the work that we've done there. Then as you exhale, just softening the muscles around the spine. You can even place your hand on your ribcage and just feel the breath. Feel the muscles that we've worked into with this practice. Space that we've created. And then after your next full breath, bring your knees back through center. Shift your hips a tiny bit to the right, knees over to the left for a minute on the other side. Again, you can look up. It can be nice to add a little neck stretch if you want to gaze past your right fingertips. As you're taking deeper breaths here, just know that these breaths don't have to be super long. You just want to feel the inhales complete. They're coming from the low belly. And using the exhales, letting them complete on their own. Softening wherever you can. A few more breaths here. No rush at all, moving slowly. Bring your knees back up through center. And we'll finish with a neutral spine pose. Bring the soles of your feet together, let the knees open wide. If this feels okay on your inner thighs, you can just hang out here. You could place blocks underneath your outer thighs if this feels like too much. If you don't have props at home, what you can do is just take your fists and sort of wedge them underneath your outer thighs. They can sort of act as props or blocks there, a little support. And just feeling the effects of your practice here. Only 15 minutes or so. It's amazing how much can shift in the body and the mind. Especially if before this practice you felt like you were going, moving through a to-do list, busy day or whatever. It's amazing what just a little bit of time bringing awareness to the breath and the body can do. So just noticing any little shifts, no right answer. And within the next few breaths, extend your legs out long. Let the pinky edges of your feet splay out. And just take 2 minutes here. Let the effects of the practice set in. 2 minutes to allow yourself a deep rest. A little bit of stillness. Just dropping in here, letting the back of the body become heavy into the mat, taking 2 minutes of quiet. If you have more time, can take as long as you need in Shavasana, no rush. We are at about the 20-minute mark. If that's how long you were looking to practice for today, you can wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a full body stretch, really embellish. Enjoy that full body stretch, feel the space in the tissues. Then hug your knees in, roll over to either side. And press yourself up. Thank you for your practice. Hope this was nice for you. If you enjoyed the practice, please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, hit the like button, leave me a comment, anything like that is very helpful to me. And have a great rest of your day. Thanks for choosing me for your practice. Namaste.